बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलामु अलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। Dear students, welcome back to the online start class. 10th class computer chapter number 3, input and output handling. And today we have lecture number 20. So let's start our lecture. Today we start from the difference between unary and binary operators. And what do you mean by the difference between these operators? Okay, so first of all, we have to understand what is the binary operator and what is the unary operator. So the unary operators are minus, plus plus, minus minus, and the logical operators, not operator. Okay, and now the binary operators are plus, steric, divide, means the basic arithmetic operators, and in logical operators we have AND operator and OR operator. These are the binary operators. Now, it means what is the difference between these unary and binary operators? Whenever we write, let's suppose A equals to minus B, or we can say that A minus equals to B. So what is the meaning of this? And if we write A equals to P plus B plus D, so what is the meaning of this statement? So it means whenever we use these type of operations, we have to understand what is the purpose of these type of operations. So first of all, you have to know that the definitions of unary and binary operator. So the operators that work with a single operand are known as unary operators. Okay, whereas operators that work with two operands are known as binary operators. And we know that whenever we ask some student, let's suppose Muhammad Hamza. So the name of student tells us about the student. As we say that Muhammad Hamza, so it means he is a boy, and Muhammad tell us Muhammad Hamza is a Muslim. He is not a non-Muslim. So it means whenever we say that we have the unary operator, binary operator, or any other operator. So the name of the operators tell us something about that operator. As we know that today we discuss about the unary and binary operators. So unary and binary operators also tell us about these operators. Now binary means two. So it means that operator which have two operands. So we say that that operator is binary operators. As we know that the computer works in the machine language. Machine language means computer works in the binary numbers, binary digits, and the binary digits are 0 and 1, two digits. So whenever we use a word binary, so it means two. So binary operator means we have to operate this operator on two operands. Now, what is the operand or what is the operator? What is the difference between operands and operators? The operators is a symbol which have some specific meaning. Let's suppose if we have the plus. So plus is an operator which have some specific meaning. Okay, plus is a operator which have some specific meaning. So that we have to perform that specific task for that specific operator. Now, whenever we have operator, let's suppose plus, minus, multiply, divide. So now we have to apply this operator on some data. Let's suppose the operator is plus. Now, whenever we have the operator, we must apply this operator on some data. We write 5 plus 6 equal to 11. So this 5 and 6, these are the operands. So the operands is defined as the data on which we apply the operator, that are called the operands. Okay, the data on which we apply the operator. So these numbers are called the operands. As we know that, let's suppose we write 5 plus 6. Now, in this expression, this plus is called the operator. This plus is called the operator, and the 5 and 6 are the operands because we apply the operator on 5 and 6. So these are called the operands. Now, if you understand the operator and operands, now you can easily understand what is the unary and binary operators. So unary operators are those type of operators which we apply on a single operand. It means we don't apply the operator on two operands like 5 and 6. So we have to apply on single operand. So what is the binary operator? The binary operator is those operators which we apply on two operands, as we apply the plus on 5 and 6 and 5 minus 6. Again, we have two operands. If we say that we have x square plus 5x plus 6 divided by x plus 2 divided by x plus 3. So again, we have two operands. So it means whenever you have two operands and one operator, that are called the binary operators. Now, take some examples of unary operators. So the examples of unary operators are a equals to minus b, k plus plus, minus x, x. Now, here is k plus plus. K plus plus means we have to increase k by 1. So it means we have a single operand k. Now minus x, it means we have to subtract the 1 from the x. So again we have a single operand x. Now when we take some examples of the binary operators, so a equals to b plus c. Now b and c are two operands and operator is single, plus z equals to x steric y. Again, x and y is two operands. And now k equals to d percentage sine e. Again, we have two operands d and e. So this is called the binary operators. Okay. Now let's move to the next slide. Conditional operators. What do you mean by the conditional operators? Okay. So the conditional operators are those operators which are used for decision making operator. Whenever we have to decide something, let's suppose if a person said ask to you, check the marks of these students, and let's suppose 10 students, and one person asks you to check the marks of these 10 students. If their marks is greater than 33, you will write here pass. And if their marks are less than 33, you have to write fail on their result card. So now the condition is marks. If marks are greater than 33, you have to write pass on their result card. And if their marks are less than 33, you have to write fail on their result card. So this condition is called the conditional operator. Now, when we have some condition, so it means we must have some conditional operator. So when we have condition, we must have some conditional operator. And that conditional operator which we use in this condition, that are called the conditional operator. As we use the plus, minus, multiply, divide, basic arithmetic operators in binary operators, and plus, minus, multiply, divide, these are known as the binary operators. So basically, plus, minus, multiply, divide are the arithmetic operators, which we learned in our previous lectures. But when these plus, minus, multiply, divide comes with the two operands, then we say that these are binary operators. We don't say these are the arithmetic operators because now they have two operands. So we say that these are the binary operators. We change their name. So in different situations, in different conditions, we name the we're giving the name to operators different. If we write a simple plus, minus, multiply, we say that these are the arithmetic operator. But if we write 5 plus 6, now we say that plus is the binary operator. Okay? So it means in different situations, we have different names of the operators. Okay, now conditional operator. First of all, check your syntax. Syntax means the rules according to which we have to write the condition. First of all, condition, expression 1, expression 2. Now, whenever we write this condition statement, the controller execute this condition. And when the controller execute this condition, when controller checks the condition, if the condition is true, so it will execute the some part of the statements. But if the condition is false, then it will execute the some other part of instructions. But normally, whenever we have to use the condition in our C language program, so if our condition is true, the controller must execute the expression number 1. And if our condition is false, the controller must execute the expression number 2. Now let's take an example. If k is greater than 15, if k is greater than 15, question mark. So now the expression number 1 is x steric y, and the expression number 2 is x plus y. So now according to this condition, if our condition is true, let's suppose we take the k equals to 20. Let's suppose k equal to 20. So it means now the controller will execute x steric y because condition is true. So when condition is true, the controller must execute the expression number 1. But if the k is less than 15, if the k is less than 15, so it will execute the second expression, k equals to, let's suppose, 10. So now it will execute the x plus and y. Okay, I hope you get my point. If the condition is true, the controller must execute the first term, and if the condition is false, the control has to execute the second term. And we use this condition in if-else structure, which we'll learn in our next class or in our next slides. Okay, so if k is greater than 15, a is equal to x multiply y, else a equal to x plus y. Very simple. Now let's take an example of the program. So in this program, first of all, we have int a b larger, and we know that int a b larger means int stands for the integer data type. So it means a, b, and larger contains the integer data type data. Means a contains 5, 10, 11, 12 without point. B is also without point, larger is also without point. So these are the without point digits. Okay, next, printf. Printf, we know that what is the function of printf. Whenever we use printf, it means we have to display message on our screen. So when controller execute this line, enter two integers. This message will display on our monitor and LCD. Next, scanf. Scanf, we know that what is the purpose of scanf. Scanf means we have to take values from the user. So %d, %d. %d is used for the integer. So now we will get some data from the integer. The users A. Let's suppose A is 10 and B is 15. Let's suppose. So A is 10, B is 15. Now larger equals to A greater than B question mark. Question mark means condition. If A is greater than B, A is greater than B, A ratio B semicolon. Now, what is the purpose of this condition? This condition tells us if A is greater than B, then the larger number is %d larger. Okay, let's check how it will execute. Let's suppose this box is your name and this is variable box X. It denotes the variable X. Okay, Y, A and B, sorry, A and B, and this is larger. Now, the condition is if A greater than B, then A, B, semicolon. It means if the condition is true, here A is 10, okay, and B is 15. Now, what is the larger? First of all, we check the condition. Condition is false because A is not greater than B. So larger takes the value of B. That is equal to 15. So it means larger will get the 15. Because we know that if the condition is true, our first expression will be executed, and if the condition is false, expression which is written after the ratio sign will be executed. So B means larger can store the value of B, and if the condition is true, larger can store the value of A. So our answer is value of A. Very simple method. Now let's check its answer. Enter two digits 5, 8. The larger number is 8. Simple. Now order of precedence of operators. Okay. Now what do you mean by this statement? As we know that the rule of mathematics, whenever in an expression we have plus and minus. So what we will do? It's up to you. You can add and then subtract. But if we have the divide, multiply, add, and subtraction, all these four basic arithmetic operators in a single expression. So what will you do now? So we will adopt the Demas method. Demas means divide, multiply, addition, subtraction. So whenever in mathematics, we know that whenever we have an expression, and in expression we have division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So first of all, we have to do divide, then we multiply them, then we add them, and then we subtract them. So in C language program, also we have some rules for solving these type of expressions. Okay, or we can say that we also give some priorities to some functions. So In this topic, we will discuss about those priorities. Means if we have the different operators and different symbols in our expressions, so how we solve this type of expressions, and the highest priority of the expression and the lowest priority of the functions. So let's start. What is the highest priority? 1 to 9. Okay, number 1. In our expression, we have the operator plus plus minus minus, means increment, decrement. So we have to solve increment, decrement first. Our first priority is we have to solve increment, decrement on our first priority. Okay. After this increment, decrement operator, the next is multiplication, division, and remainder. When we solve these increment, decrement operator, after these operators, we have to solve division, multiply, and remainder. Okay. On the third step, we have to solve plus and minus. When we solve the plus and minus, now on the fourth step, if we have some rational operators, mean less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So if we have these type of rational operators, so then we solve these type of rational operators. Okay. If we solve these type of rational operators, so after these type of rational expressions, our next priority is we have to solve equal to. Double equal sign means, this equal sign means equal to. Then we solve equal to and not equal to. Equal to and not equal to. Okay. So when we solve the equal to and not equal to, after this operator, our next priority is logical. So in logical operators, our first priority is not logical operator. And our second priority is and logical operator. And the third logical operator priority is or logical operator. So when we solve these all type of operators, at the end, the lowest priority of the operators are assignment operators. Assignment operators, these operators. Now, if you learn these all type of operators and keep it in your mind, you have to remember all these priorities. Means if you have expressions, so as we know that in mathematics, we adopt the rule DMAS. So whenever you have to write a program in C language, you must know the precedence, means priorities of the operators. You have to know. So keep it in your mind, all these priorities. Means first of all we do this step, after this we solve this operator, and after this we solve this operator. So what is the priorities of these operators? You have to keep it in your mind. Now let's take an example. If an expression contains two or more than operators of the same precedence, then the operators are performed from left to right. Okay, it means here we have the, let's suppose, increment and decrement. We have these two operators in a single expression. So what we will do? So we will do the solving expression from left to right. Now, let's solve this expression. 7 multiply 10 minus 5, remainder 3 multiply 4 plus 4 divided by 3. Now, the leftmost multiplication is performed first. Leftmost. The leftmost is 7 multiply 10. 7 multiply 10. Okay, so it's give you 70. So the answer is 70. Now, 70 minus 5, remainder 3 multiply 4 plus 9 divided by 3. Now we know that our next priority, highest priority operator is percentage sign, means remainder. So we have to solve this remainder. So 5 percentage 3, it will give you 2 because 3 ones are 3. So remainder is 2. So after the solution we will get this 2. Now 70 minus 2 multiply 4 plus 9 divided by 3. So the next priority is divide and multiplication. But in division and multiplication, on left most we have multiplication. So it means we have to multiply 2 with 4. We have to multiply with 4. This 2 with 4. Now it's becomes 8. It becomes 8. So this is it. Now the next priority is division. So we have to divide this. Divide 9 divided by 3. It becomes 3. So 70 minus 8 plus 3. Now the next priority is plus and minus. So in plus and minus, the highest priority is plus minus both, but the leftmost operator is minus. On the left side we have minus. So it means first of all we have to do subtraction. We will get 62. And the next plus. So next step is 62 plus 3. It will give you 65. So final result is 65. I hope you understand how we solve these type of expressions. Okay. Now let's suppose if we have the A divided by B plus C. Now, whenever we have the bracket in mathematics, we know that it doesn't mean in bracket we have plus, minus, multiply, divide. Okay? It's not our headache to understand what is the plus, minus, and divide and multiplication purpose of in this bracket. But we only know that whenever we have the bracket in our mathematics, so we have to solve that bracket first. Okay? We have to solve that small bracket first. That is our first priority. Let's suppose if we have 5 divided by 8 plus 4 steric 6 minus bracket 3 minus 7. Now, in mathematics, our first priority is we have to solve 3 minus 7. Okay? We have divide highest priority, but whenever we have the bracket, so bracket is the highest priority in the expression. So same, whenever we have the bracket in our C language, so we have to solve bracket first and then we will check the next priority. And in some situations, we have nested brackets. In some situations, we have nested brackets. Nested bracket means bracket within bracket. So we have to solve first of all within bracket, then the outer bracket, then our next priorities. Okay? Now if you have any question or any problem related to today's topic only, you can text me. I am here to solve your problems. Hurry up.